Close your eyes for a moment and imagine you wake up in your room. The light is dim. Your family is there, crying. You reach out to comfort them, but no one can see you. No one can hear you. You shout, you scream, and then you see it. Your own body lying still. A shiver runs through your soul. Am I alive or am I dead without even knowing it? This is one of the most haunting questions in human history. Do people realize the moment they die, or do they continue in an illusion, thinking they are still alive? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share may change the way you see life, death, and eternity. Part 1. The mystery of awareness. After death. When does a person actually realize they have died? Is it instant or delayed? 1. Medical angle science tells us that even after the heart stops, the brain may stay active for a few minutes. Some people in cardiac arrest reported hearing conversations of doctors even after being clinically dead. This means the awareness of death might not be instant. You may see and hear even when your body is declared dead. Imagine lying on a hospital bed, doctors covering your face, your family crying, and you still listening, still watching, still not realizing that you've already crossed over. 2. Near-death experiences, NDEs. Thousands of cases exist where people said, "I thought I was alive until I saw my own body." They described floating, trying to talk, but no answer came. Some even got angry. Why is nobody listening to me? It's only after they saw their lifeless body that realization hit them like thunder. 3. Spiritual fear factor. If the soul doesn't realize immediately, it means death might feel like a continuation of life. And that is terrifying. Because imagine waking up, trying to live normally, only to discover later that your entire world has ended. What do you think? Would you rather die suddenly and know it immediately, or slowly, with hours of confusion where you think you're still alive? Part 2. Ancient beliefs about realizing death. This confusion about awareness after death is not a new idea. It haunted ancient civilizations too. 1. Early Christianity. The Church Fathers spoke about the moment of death as a veil being lifted. St. Augustine wrote that some souls are slow to wake, like someone in a dream who refuses to open their eyes. St. Gregory the Great said, "Some die, yet believe they still live, until the light of God exposes their state." 2. Jewish and Egyptian views. Ancient Jews believed prayers helped guide the soul, because otherwise it might wander in confusion. Egyptians wrote in their Book of the Dead instructions for the soul, almost like a travel map. Why? Because they believed the soul could get lost, not even realizing death has happened. 3. Universal theme. No matter east or west, the common idea is this. At first, death feels like a dream. Just like in dreams, you don't question reality until you wake up. Death might feel the same way. And here lies the horror. What if many souls die, but still walk, talk, and think, until slowly, painfully, they realize no one is responding? Have you ever had a dream so real, you didn't know it was a dream until you woke up? Imagine if death feels exactly like that. Part 3. Stories of the dead who didn't know they were dead. This isn't just theory. Countless stories suggest that many souls take time to realize they've died. 1. Soldiers on the battlefield. In wars, soldiers who had near-death experiences often reported, "I stood up after being shot. I walked, I felt normal. But then I saw my body lying on the ground." Some even said they tried to pick up their weapons, only to realize nothing was in their hands. Imagine the horror. You think you've survived, only to realize you've actually fallen. 2. Accident survivors. Car crash victims described floating out of the wreck, thinking they had escaped. They even tried to wave down help, only to realize paramedics were working on their bodies. One chilling testimony. I screamed at the top of my lungs, but not even my own mother could hear me. 3. Ordinary home deaths, people who died in sleep, but came back through resuscitation, reported a strange shock. They got up, tried to make tea, even walked into another room. But no one noticed them. Only when they saw their own lifeless body on the bed did the truth sink in. They were no longer alive. 4. Why these stories terrify us? Because they strike at our deepest fear, the fear of not knowing you are dead, that you could walk in your own house, watch your family cry, try to talk to them, yet remain invisible. Imagine walking into your living room, seeing your family together, but no one looks at you, no one hears you. Would that be more terrifying than death itself? Part 4. The soul's journey, when realization hits one. The mirror moment. Mystics and saints describe a point after death where the soul suddenly feels a mirror placed before it. In one flash, the entire life is revealed, good and bad, love and sins. This is when realization fully hits. My time is over. I am no longer among the living too. Peaceful verses, terrifying realizations. The faithful describe this moment as awakening into light, like stepping into morning after a long night. But others describe it as crushing darkness, the painful moment where denial ends and truth cannot be escaped. 3. Testimonies. Some near-death survivors said, I felt like I was in a dream, but then suddenly it shattered. I realized I was standing on the other side. It was not just a thought, it was an overwhelming, unshakable knowledge. I am dead. If your whole life was shown to you in 1 second, would it feel like peace or regret? Part 5. The pain of those who refuse to accept death. 1. Clinging to life. Some souls resist. They refuse to accept the truth. They try to eat, drink, sit in their chairs, walk in their homes, but nothing works. Every attempt ends in frustration, like a shadow trying to hold something solid. 2. The torment of invisibility. Imagine your family sitting right in front of you. You're crying, screaming, shaking them, but they can't see you. That is a deeper agony than physical pain, the pain of being unseen, unheard, forgotten. 3. Why this is worse than dying. Death itself may last a moment, but the confusion and denial can feel like an eternity until the soul surrenders. Some mystics describe these souls as wandering, restless, unable to let go. 4. Spiritual lesson. The saints warned, he who clings too much to this world may find it hardest to accept when the world lets him go, which means attachment in life shapes the pain in death. Which is scarier, dying instantly, or living in a world where no one sees you, no one hears you, and no one knows you're still there? Part 6. Do all souls realize they're dead the same way? 1. Different experiences. The faithful may be greeted by angels, saints, or even Christ himself. Their transition is peaceful, like a hand leading them. Others may enter deep darkness, confusion, or even terror. Some may wander at their place of death, unable to move on, trapped between worlds. 2. A personal journey. Death is not the same for everyone. It reflects the life you lived. A soul that lived in truth may recognize death easily. A soul that lived in lies may remain trapped in denial. 3. Voices of experience. One near-death witness said, "I felt hands pulling me toward light." Another said, "I was in darkness, confused. I thought I was alive until a terrifying shadow told me, 'You don't belong here anymore.'" If death came for you tonight, do you think you'd be led in peace or wander in fear? Part 7. The final realization, the Great Awakening 1. The moment no one escapes. No matter how much confusion, denial, or wandering, there comes a moment where all illusions end. The soul stands face to face with eternity. 2. Particular judgment. Catholic teaching says, right after death comes the particular judgment. The soul sees its eternal destiny, heaven, purgatory, or hell. In that moment, all pretending ends. There is no hiding, no excuses. 3. The horror of awakening. Too late. Some realize too late. They say, "If only I had one more chance. If only I prayed more. If only I repented." But death is a door that closes once, forever. 4. Peace versus terror. For the faithful, this awakening is joy. For the unprepared, it is the most terrifying shock imaginable. The awareness that eternity has begun, and it is not the eternity they wanted. When your final awakening comes, will it be with joy or with terror? Reflection plus call to action. My friend, the real question isn't just, do people realize they are dead? The deeper question is, when you die, how will you realize it? Will you wake in peace, guided by light? Or will you wander in darkness, trapped in confusion, begging to be heard, but unseen forever? This is not just theory. This is your eternity. And the choices you make now, your prayers, your faith, your acts of love, decide how that realization will feel. Tell me in the comments, do you think death will feel like a dream or like the sharpest reality you've ever known? Don't forget, like this video, share it with someone you love, and subscribe to the Word of the Catholic. Because together, we are facing the truths that no one dares to speak, but everyone will one day experience.